to protect our NHS and to save many, many thousands of lives. I urge you, at this moment of national emergency, to stay at home, protect our NHS, and save lives.
Coronavirus. It has become a part of everyday life to people in the UK after multiple lockdowns, numerous news articles, and a year trapped inside. What do everyday people think a year on from the first lockdown announcement? I spoke with Ben, speaking to him about his lockdown experience, what he's been doing to keep himself busy, and what his hopes are moving forward after the pandemic.
So here we are, I'm sat with my good friend Ben. Thank you for sitting down with me today, talking about the plight of lockdown that we've had in the nation.
Yeah, no worries.
So, going on over a year now, coming towards the end of March 2021. Last year, March 23rd, 2020, how are you feeling at the start of lockdown, and then compared yourself to now, how do you feel?
Better now, because we're nearing the end of it, hopefully. Obviously the sun's out now, so it's a bit better than what it was a few months ago when we were stuck inside, but the start of it, we didn't expect it to go on for a long time, so I feel like we're optimistic that it'd only be maybe like 3 to 4 weeks. But yeah, feeling a lot better now. At the start it was kind of a lot of anxiety around it, but the end is hopefully near.
You've been impacted by it, much as most people have who's been obviously in the country. Your work has been particularly hit by it in your industry. Obviously you work in travel, Hayes Travel. No one offers you more free could you tell us how coronavirus impacted your industry? Because obviously, if people know, like places like Thomas Cook have closed down, companies like that, numerous other companies who aren't in the travel have closed down. But how's coronavirus hit your sector of work?
Obviously everything went on hold, so we kind of picked everything up, and then maybe like October, November, they put the restrictions in again. So from then, it's been quite hard to make bookings because not everyone knows when we can go on holiday. So we've been trying to promote things for maybe next year. But like I say, hopefully it'll pick up soon once there's announcements, which we never know when they're going to be. But hopefully from there we can kind of move forward and put some plans in place.
Yeah. You started a podcast?
Yeah.
Could you just let everyone know why you started the podcast and what the podcast is all about?
Yeah, of course. So the podcast called Let's Talk Life with Ben, and that's on YouTube.
Free ad.
Again, loving the free ads. And so we've got, basically I set it up just to have inspirational people come on the channel and tell their success stories and any battles of kind of mental health and stuff, and especially around these times as well, and people being quite alone and being isolated with yourself. I thought it would be a good thing for me to put together and keep me busy, but for other people to listen to as well. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah. How many episodes have you made now?
I've made 8.
So yeah, you've made 8. You've had multiple different guests on it. Looking at, despite only making 8 episodes, do you feel like you feel in yourself a bit more confident, and do you feel like that will impact your viewers and hopefully make them come on the show a bit more and feel more confident in themselves?
Yeah, because I set it up obviously with my struggles with like hair loss and stuff, and I seen Harry's channel, Bald Cafe, another ad, and yes, I knew kind of speaking about things can really help, but it's easy to say that without actually experiencing it, and sometimes when you feel lonely, you have to experience them to feel the good times again. So I just thought, help people out, give them that kind of hour or so just to listen to the podcast, listen to some different discussions, and yeah, like I said, hopefully long may it continue.
We've had a bunch of different topics that's been discussed on the podcast. Obviously, when you and me were on, we discussed about autism. When a friend of ours was on, Danny, he talked about Crohn's disease. Bald Cafe obviously talked about male baldness and how that can impact someone's confidence. Going forward with the podcast, is there any topics you'd like to discuss with some of your guests?
Yeah, of course. I want to delve into kind of body confidence. I think that's a big thing, that especially when we've been in lockdown and stuff, you have a lot of time to kind of evaluate yourself, and things that maybe you didn't think about might come up and really repeat in your head. So I've had Connor on who lost a lot of weight, and we kind of spoke around that as well, but I think it's such a big issue that it can really control your confidence, so I'd really like to dive into that kind of side of thing as well.
Yeah, I mean especially for me, like, I won't lie, the weight loss has kind of regressed a bit. I'm looking forward to the gyms getting open.
Yeah.
Also, but that also is actually interesting because it delves into the last question. Hopefully, on the 21st of June, The country's going to be completely opened up again.
Yeah.
Going forward, what's your plan for the next 6 months of the year? And then going into 2022, what's some of your goals you want to go for?
Yeah, of course. Jump into new opportunities, whether it's podcast guests who maybe I don't know as much about, but I'd like to kind of get to know. Whether it's an opportunity in just day-to-day life, try and go for it. And like you say, the answer's always no until you ask. So whether it's just maybe a career or just a new hobby to really invest in, something like that, just go for it if the opportunity's there. And hopefully I can get on holiday as well with obviously my friends, whether it's in the UK or abroad. Yeah.
That's really good answers. Right, thank you for sitting down as well.
No worries at all.
Well, I do a little ching cheer.
Cheers.
Cheer.